Press Start Podcast.
And welcome back to the Press Start Podcast. I'm your host, Vic, aka Mr. Never Chillin'. This is episode number 192. This week, I'm joined by my co-host, Roger, aka Lunatic Oblivion. What is going on, bro?
Not much. How are you?
Pretty good, man. It's an early day for us on the podcast. We want to get it out the way due to the Spurs play tonight at 8:00. So I want to make sure I'm watching the playoff basketball. So I'm looking forward to that. It's a big game tonight. But nonetheless, man, let's go ahead and dive into kind of what we've been playing. I think we missed like the last 2 weeks of episodes. So we've been busy playing games. So we definitely got some shit to talk about here. I'm just going to get off here because, no, I'm not going to lie. I think I have like 6 or 7 games on my list and I kind of want to just talk about each of them really quickly. I'll just do one here and we'll just run it back and forth. But yo, I hopped back into Fortnite just so I can play those Star Wars modes. And I played Star Wars Escape Vader, and I didn't know I needed a horror experience within Fortnite. What a fucking game, dude! Like you literally fucking like load into your ship with your 4 players. You come out of your like quarters and you go into the cockpit. Everybody already up in the cockpit, and then boom, then you go and find this like Star Destroyer that's like blown up, kind of. It's like it's floating in space, and you're going in there because you're trying to steal like coaxium, which is the fuel for hyperspace and stuff. And soon as like you place these fucking things to unlock the ship, like the classic Star Wars like alarm starts going off, and next you know like Darth Vader just like come through the door, and you're like, well, fuck.
My man just like, hey, I'm here to party, and you're like, please no.
Yeah, so like now you're just trying to like evade him because like you can't kill him at all. Obviously, you can't shoot him. And you can't like run away from him like in his line of sight for too long because he'll just fucking force choke you, pick you up, and then you die. But yeah, it's really fucking crazy. Like you're just trying to pick up these like crystals to get into the room to eventually get the coaxium, and it's like when you're picking these other things up, you walk really slow, and you're just like, please don't be behind me, please don't be behind me, please don't be behind me.
I'm gonna die.
And next you know, you hear like you hear his fucking breathing. You're just like, oh, I'm dead.
Just like sitting there sweating, like, oh
yeah. Then you get fucking just cut down. You're like shit, but you go down. It's like the down state, so like your teammates can come revive you, before you bleed out and stuff like that. But even then, that's risky because that takes a little bit of time to revive you. But yeah, it's just a very unique experience to say in Star Wars. Maybe I'll try some of the other ones, but I was like, you know, Vader's my all-time favorite. Let me give that a go. And I was like, yeah, this is actually a lot of fun.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. Like Fortnite has been doing really well with its crossover games, like especially when we had the Thanos game, wasn't it Thanos for Marvel and stuff like that. Like they really care about their crossovers. It's not just like here's some skins to buy. It's like no, here's a whole game, like multiple game modes.
Yeah, they do a phenomenal job with their LTMs. They're it's just a lot of fun at all times. Yeah, man. So let's talk about some on your list here. I want to hear about Subnautica 2. Obviously, there's some news revolved around it. It sold over 2 million copies within 12 hours, and there was also some backlash in regards to the user end agreement. But overall, like, how has your experience been with the game?
Like the game itself it feels good. It is a Subnautica game. It maybe doesn't have the same feeling as 1 or like Subnautica Below Zero had because like the game itself has the story and such, but it just with the 2 players, the game plays wholly different. I think if it was just you alone, it would revisit that sort of like just stir crazy horror, like the I'm alone, like yeah, there's big things that can eat me, but like I'm alone. Whereas like Subnautica 2, one of the big enemies, like one of the big titans you can come across, doesn't really like kill you. He just like takes you and just slams you into a wall so that you get out of the giant ravine between the 2 biomes. Whereas there's another one that will literally just out of the ocean and eat you if you're like anywhere. It will find you, it will end you, and then you just instantly respawn.
Interesting.
No, it's an interesting game. I'm fascinated to find out where the series is going because it references the things from the previous Subnautica games. So like if you're a real big fan of Subnautica, this game has a lot to offer is like hidden crossover stuff that's sort of slowly coming to the forefront.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I've never played any of the Subnautica games.
Hmm.
Seems very interesting. I struggle playing with games that are underwater in any way because it's just like it feels clunky. But overall, like, how does it feel like when you're playing? Does it feel pretty smooth?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever really had an issue with it not feeling good when I'm playing. Some of the enemies sometimes they do what enemies do in some of these situations, and that is they are they're janky at times. Like they'll be looking down, but like they shoot spindles at you,
Mm-hmm.
like porcupine spines. So essentially, they look like
Mm-hmm.
they shoot him, but like he's looking this way and he's like shooting them to the right, and you're like, okay, like you can tell when the enemies are just like I can instantly hit you even if I'm not really focusing on you. It's like the one of the big guys, he can't come down far enough to grab you, so you just like run along the bottom or right at the very top of the water, and one of the leviathans can't just like deal with you at all, so you just like into the next biome across the ocean top, and he's just like curses.
Jeez. Yeah, that's
So
crazy.
there are moments where it feels silly, but like I think it is a fun game. I'm enjoying it. I'm interested in the story more than anything. Like I will forgive janky sandbox games as long as the story like has a good feeling and a good ending.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. All right, man. Let's talk about a game that I recently beat. It just came out not that long ago as well, and it was Replaced. This is an indie game that I've been following since its announcement. It's been delayed
Mhm.
quite a few times, but it was cool to finally see it come out. Was like one of those like 2.5D side scrolling games. It's kind of like
Yeah.
reminiscent of like Inside, Limbo, Somerville, like all those kind of games that we kind of played. Um, and boy, did I have a lot of fun. Like I always kept my like wanting to come back to play it. Like the story was really
Mhm.
cool because like at the beginning of the game, like you like die more or less, but like your body gets taken over by this AI, and his AI is like trying to get like doesn't quite understand what happened, but it's like, oh no, and he's like talking to you inside your own body, and he's like, I need to get you back to here so I can make you better and put me back into the mainframe. Like he's like trying to do nothing but good, and like you're just trying to navigate the world because like they know who you are. Like you're this like big time CEO who is presumably
Mhm.
dead, and everyone's like, hey, aren't you that guy? And they're like, I don't know who you're talking about. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fun. The combat is very simplistic. You literally it's a beat 'em up. Just press the button as many times as you can. You do have this gun that you can shoot like one bullet every time. Like you build it up by melee,
Mhm.
and then you do have like this overdrive mode where the AI is like, I unlocked this ability, so you can shoot your gun like 8 times before it explodes. And I'm just like, all right, that's pretty cool. And then
Bang
like
bang 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 bang.
you kill everybody. There's like armored enemies that you have to use your gun that has like sickle on the end of it, like rips off their armor, and then you can attack them. They do have like like if enemy is about to hit you with like a yellow attack, you can counter it. If it's red, then you have to dodge it. They have enemies
Pretty
that are
common
like
occurrence.
yeah. It's a very simplistic form. Like nothing new. Didn't groundbreak. It wasn't groundbreaking or anything like that. But yeah, man. Overall, it was a phenomenal game. It isn't even that long. I think it beat in like 8 hours, 8 10 hours, something like that. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's a really fun game. And it's on Game Pass, so it's another win-win. Well, yeah, man. Let's go ahead and talk about some of your other stuff here. Let's talk about a game that you actually beat on Game Pass, and that was Black Jacket. How was that
Yes.
one, man?
So Black Jacket, just another one of those it's just another one of those Balatro style games. Like it here's a casino style game. Okay. Now here's a bunch of cards that do some obscene, silly things. Go ahead, break the game. And so like I found myself beating the game by playing the same deck over and over, and I like could consistently set the deck how I wanted the deck to be. So like I was like, all right, I know that like the king and the queen go together, so I can make the king become an 11, the queen stays a 10, there's a blackjack no matter when I need it. The jack can then kill the queen or the king and they'll keep their value, but then I can kill the jack. Then he becomes a 0, 5, or 10, so then he's a variable card, which is nice. And like it was, and then I started pruning my deck and I'm like, okay, I'll buy all the tens, the aces, and extra face cards that I can get. Oh, look at this. I'm blackjacking almost every round. Oh, that's not going to get me blackjack. Put it into my sleeve, play another card. Oh, that's not going to get me blackjack. Play it into my sleeve, another card. And it just, you pretty much, the game became very methodical. So like it wasn't like an amazing game, but it was fun. Like I found myself wanting to beat it. So I actually wasn't beating it to beat it. I was beating it because I did enjoy it and I wanted to see what the final boss was. And it was an enjoyable game. But it was super easy. Like it just, I was beating every like difficulty, and it was like, oh, here's how we're gonna change the difficulty today. And I was like, oh, cool, you changed my cards, so now they're marked, so I know what they are. So like your difficulty actually made my game easier. So I was like, oh, this card's clearly not going to be an ace or a 10 or a king or a queen. So I knew how to like play the deck because I was like, this is going to be one of the bad cards. Yep. Okay. Gone into the sleeve.
Yeah.
Like it became a point where you kind of, it became too easy. Like if I can figure out how to break the game, then
It's
there's
not
more to it.
it's not like Balatcha where like you couldn't generally break the game. Like the difficulty and
Mhm.
the randomness of the game was just all over the place. And you just never know. Like some runs you can just be like easy as fuck. Second run you're like you get curb stomp in like round 2 or whatever. You're like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, some games you're like, oh, I'm sitting here getting banana every run, and next game you're like, I am never gonna be able to boost my normal ability, so like, I guess I just have to build a new one. Whereas this one, like, it was pretty much guaranteed what I was gonna do. I was like, the
So
only wild card was, do I get more aces? Yes, no, okay.
yeah, but see, because like I remember even in Balatro, like if you tried to use that same exact play, like if you're running full houses or straights or whatever, it would eventually get to the point where like its negative thing was like if you played a straight, you get negative points or whatever the fuck it was, or you play it once, you can't play it again. You're like, my entire fucking deck was set up for just that,
Hmm. Yep.
and now I'm going to lose instantly. And you're like, shit. So it doesn't sound like it has something like that to like prevent like make you change it up or make sure you have more than one play style.
Nope, it's like the biggest thing was like, oh, this enemy every time you sleeve a card, she fills her board with 0, 1 aces. So like either they value at 0 or their value is 1. So like if she's at a 16, 17, 18, or 19 or 20, she was hitting 21 automatically. So like she got 21 off of any of the card combos she would play. But if you got a natural blackjack, you just won. So like I was sitting here going, not a blackjack, not a blackjack. Oh, blackjack. I win. Doesn't matter you had 21. I just win because it's blackjack. And it's like it was one of those moments where it's like I don't care what they have, they lose.
Oh man, that's epic. And this game was on Game Pass, so it's another big time win.
I didn't have to pay for it, so it was just nice and easy.
Hell yeah, man. So let's talk
Yeah,
about
so
another Game Pass game that I think you and Jordan are going to absolutely adore, and that is Mixtape. This just recently dropped. This is a coming of age story set in like the 90s. So like you see the cassette player, the CD players, like the skateboard, like the outfits that are very vibrant and colorful. You know, people were like very connected and having fun. They're out and about, hanging out, playing with friends and stuff like that.
before the internet.
Yeah, exactly. And like this game is really fucking dope. Like the entire story, hence the name of the game. It's mixtape. She has a mixtape of songs. I think there's 22 songs, or no, I think there's up to 28 songs if you find bonus ones. But the real songs in the real world, like you can go down, like you can
Mhm.
listen to the soundtrack. this is a game that you cannot stream or whatever because you'll get hit with copyright strikes. But
Mhm.
and they don't have a streamer safe mode. They're like they will not do it because it ruins the
The
premise of the
game.
game. Yeah. And it's like really cool, and it's just like the curveballs because like your main character, like she's getting ready to leave town, like move away, and her friends are like, all right, yeah, this is like one last hoorah before you go, blah blah blah, and like so many things happen before like you get to the end of the game, like a lot of curveballs, but like just the trippiness of the game, like at one point like your car is flying through the space or you're just floating in air, and it's just like this I must be high as fuck right now. Like if I was drunk or high playing this game, I'd be like losing my mind. But yeah, phenomenal experience. Like highly recommend playing this game. A lot of fun.
Good. Yeah,
Um
I saw a lot about it. It was getting talked about a lot, which was nice to see that this game was just doing well.
yeah, I wanted to play this trailer I was talking, but I was too damn excited. But yeah, I mean the game is one of the highest rated games of the year so far. Like could easily win indie game of the year. Like it's that fucking good. I love the art
Yeah.
style, like being like the whole stop motion, like I don't know, looks really fucking cool. And like the different areas are just dramatically different from like the beach scenes to the woods to the city to the gas stations to you're pretty
Hmm.
much all over the place. Like I don't know, it's a really awesome game though, and it's made by Annapurna, which is obviously one of my favorite. That they were the publishers behind it, but this is like Beethoven and Dinosaurs is the
Hmm.
the developer, which made one of my other favorite games, The Artful Escape. I'm not sure if you remember that one from a few years back,
Yep.
but yeah, like two really fun games. It's like they don't miss.
I feel like their games hit, but then they just disappear really fast, typically with Annapurna.
Mm,
Like
yep,
I find that like remember when they were doing the spaceship like Left 4 Dead game and
mm-hmm.
where did that go?
Yep. I don't even know if that ever came out early access.
I don't think it did. I think it was done. That was
Yeah.
it.
All right, man. So let's go ahead and talk about some other stuff here. Actually, let's talk about Absolem. This is a game that me and you have both been playing cooperatively. This is a game that we just wanted to pick up and have fun. And this is like an OG, like classic side-scrolling beat 'em up game that gives reminiscent of like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game that me and you spent countless of tokens on at Chuck E. Cheese playing. So far
The
it's been a
original pay to win.
right. But yeah, man, this has been a lot of fun, and like being a roguelike, and like every time you die you get back to your home base area and you have to upgrade and stuff like that, and just like you building and finding different like builds, you're just like, oh man, I'm unstoppable. Like when I had that
And then
like
we get stopped.
yeah, then we get stopped because you get to the point where you're like, shit, it's time to upgrade again, basically. But like when I had that ability where like I would just double tap my Y button and I'd like roll my gun up and I'd have like four more rocket or grenade launchers. They're like bloop bloop bloop. He's like, I can't even hit him. You're killing him too quick. And I'm like, oh, my bad.
Yeah. Then all of a sudden the enemy is just like, oh, we learned you're dead. And we're like, oh, okay, cool. Like we were having fun, but the game was like, nah, sir, not today.
Yeah. What's your overall thoughts of the game so far? Since I mean, we're only like
Uh,
I want to say we're almost done with the game, but just depends on how
we're
good our
like,
runs
I'd
are.
say we're about halfway through the game because we haven't even made it to the final island. So like, there's just so much we still need to get through to like get to the end because we keep dying when we get close. We get close and then we get slapped down, then we get close, and then we get slapped down, and every time we're like, this build's busted, dead.
Yeah, when we were producing like unlimited mana,
Hmm.
that was just bonkers.
And then we hit the boss that's just like, hey, I don't really care.
Yeah, I don't care. I hit you
Like
one time, you're
you
almost
have
dead.
to punch me, and we're like, oh shit. Like fuck.
Yeah, this has been good, man. I actually be curious to see how it would play with more than two players as well, like how crazy and chaotic, or if it gets any harder. Like, does the difficulty scale with the amount of players you have? Like, how good it does at
Well, it
that?
only goes to two.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you
It's
could play
max
more.
two.
Damn.
Yep, it's only two players.
Yeah, that's interesting. I guess it's because like you don't get the other two players characters until later in the game.
Yeah. And not to mention that when you're playing it, you're each playing like if you're not playing with another player, you get an AI.
Mm-hmm.
So it is built and balanced around just two people.
And let's highlight the quick feature that comes with the game too. I mean, it's probably in other games as well, but it's like the ability what it does for co-op. It's like if you guys are playing together, it plays with the person who's like further back, as
Yep.
opposed to like whoever's the party host. Like it usually would play that one, but it doesn't. And I'm like, yeah, that's pretty
hmm
fucking dope. But yeah, man. So looking forward to beating that with you. That'll be a lot of fun and see what we can get on that.
Yeah, I really want to play it again. Actually, it was super fun.
Yeah, I mean, I was messaging you. I was like, man, I really feel like playing. Like I have the itch. it's,
hmm
it's it's just been that addicting. Like one more run.
Just one more, just one more. Yeah.
Oh shit, dude. All right, so let's talk about another game here on my list, and this one's called Motor Slice. This one's another interesting one that just was added to Game Pass. This is kind of like a parkour style game, kind of like reminiscent of like Mirror's Edge in a way, except that you
hmm
actually have comment or combat. So it's been interesting. I'm gonna get the trailer up here on screen. I'm not sure if you even saw this one, but yeah, I mean it's a lot of fun, but it's really interesting. It's like these tractors have like taken over the world or something. Like you're literally fighting like Tyco dump trucks and just I'm like okay, and your weapon is like this chainsaw. It's like what the fuck, dude? And like you can use your chainsaw to like traverse and stuff like that. I think I'm only like maybe an hour into this game, but I'm like, what the fuck? Like this shit's crazy.
what even is this game? Yeah,
But I'm like, yeah, this shit's
yeah.
actually
Like
like a lot of fun.
I saw it and I was like, yeah, nah, this don't look like it's for me.
And it's like it's a unique art style too. Like it looks like retro, but like it's modern. Like it's I don't know
hmm
how to really describe it. But yeah, man, another Game Pass game that I would not have picked up any other time. But you know, with this, I'm like, and it's another quick experience. I think, few hours to beat, and I'm like, yeah, why not? Let me check it out. And so far, I'm looking forward to beating it. All right, man. Let's talk about one last game, and that is Forza Horizon 6, aka the game of the year? Question mark.
I don't know if it's game of the year, but it is definitely not drop the ball, which is super important for this because like we've seen like sequels that they're like, oh, we're just gonna ride on our laurels, and this doesn't do that. It does feel like we're just playing Forza Horizon 5 in a new world. Like it doesn't feel like anything's changed, but nothing's been made worse. And like there are maybe some minor features I would say that maybe are better, but I can't find them. Like it feels like I'm playing the same game in a new area and I'm excited to do it. It just feels like a DLC and it doesn't make me mad.
Right, because a lot of times you're just like when a sequel comes out to games, you're like, this is like the exact same
Yep.
game. Why am I playing this all over again? Where this one, it's like I
I
genuinely
want this.
and I really wanted this. Like we've been dying for a Forza
hmm
Horizon game set in Japan, which is it looks fucking beautiful. But yeah, man,
hmm
like I'm with you there. Like you couldn't really tell the difference between 5 and 6 in a way until you see 5 and 6 next to each other. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
that
Okay. Yep.
like
This makes sense.
they literally take the same cars side by side like in a video. Their engines look different. Like the inside is way more detailed in the new game compared to before. The way it sounds is way more realistic than what it did in 5. And I'm just like, holy shit, like just the minute details have gone a long way. I mean, this game has always been a looker. Like we've already I think we should already understand like we're at a point in video games like visually it's not going to look that much better than what it already is. You know what I mean? So
hmm
like Forza Horizon 5 was already pushing the limits with that. So 6 is on par if not slightly better, I guess. But yeah, man. So but speaking about performance, like what it did to your wife's computer was like crazy.
Like, yeah, I went to Micro Center yesterday because her computer couldn't handle it. And she was like, this is the game I want to play. This is all I want to play. And we were noticing it when we were playing Where Winds Meet. But like, when we started to play this, we really noticed it. Like, she's like halfway through the first race, gets around one of the corners, is going underneath the highway over ahead. And it just like everything's gone, all of her textures, everything. And I was like, oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. They're gone.
Yeah, that was insane. And I downloaded it on my PC, and I was like, I wonder if my PC can even handle it. Wonder if the 3060 can keep up.
Mhm. I'd be I think it's not really the 3060, it's your processor that's the big thing. And it's not like you don't have a good one, it's just you don't have the top of the line.
Right, yeah. Yeah, so maybe I'll give it a try one of these times. But I'm looking forward to playing in some more Forza Horizon 6, maybe even today. But yeah, last night was fucking a ton of fun, dude. That was literally, I think, the first time I've ever played a Forza Horizon game cooperatively.
Mhm.
And like being in that convoy was a lot of fun. It was me, you, Jordan, and Ben. And looks like we might get another player to join us as well. And I'm just like, man, this shit's a lot of fun.
It was super fun. Like I had so much fun playing last night, and I'm excited to play again when we get the chance, because like we're free tonight at like probably late at night as well, because we're off tomorrow. So like
Hell
with the
yeah.
holiday, I'm just gonna stay up late again, most likely to play some more.
Hell yeah, I'd be definitely with it, and maybe we can either play Epsilon or some Forza, maybe later today as well. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, yeah, Forza was a lot of fun. Like even like that one race, and you zoomed right on by me, hit me, and you missed that fucking checkpoint. I just started dying. I'm like, well, there he goes. You just see
I
the
was
leaderboard
like,
like tick 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 right to the bottom.
it was like when I was sitting there in first the one race, and I just hear no. Look over, Ben's number goes ding ding. Ding. I was like, uh oh, my man's done. GG, good race. Have a fun.
It's
Bye.
such a different experience because when you're playing like in single player, right? You can just
Yep.
hit rewind, and like everybody goes back, and
Mm-hmm.
you're like, all right, cool. I can hit this turn, hit the checkpoint, whatever. You
Yep.
do that
Yep.
in this game. Like you can rewind. You're the only person that
Goodbye,
rewinds.
sir.
Everyone else just keeps going. You're like, well, fuck. GG's.
I tried.
And then it was a lot of fun. Like whenever you hopped off, me and Ben stayed on, and we finished getting the rest of the barn finds that we can get, and we went. I
Mm-hmm.
found all four of the treasure cards that I had available to find.
Mm-hmm.
And he just some of them he didn't even have on his like list to find, but if he just came to where I was, he can get it. And I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. So we were having
Yeah.
fun just bouncing around looking for him.
It's just it's such a well done game. I'm very happy with its performance.
Hell yeah, dude. Um, yeah, man. Any other games you want to talk about before we move on to this week's news?
No, I think we've really covered what's big in the news right now, like what's big and out right now, which is like Subnautica's a big one, Forza's big. I think we had we will talk about the Skull and Bones event here shortly, but like, there are some things that released from Skull and Bones this week. Like I ended up playing Total War Warhammer 3 and bought the new faction that just came out, or was not a new faction, but a new legendary lord from the specific faction. So like, I think the big news is going to come from when we talk about really the hype around Skull and Bones.
Hell yeah, man. So let's go ahead and dive into the industry news, and then we can check out the gaming news. All right, man. If you want to kick us off this week with the industry news.
Alrighty, so Sony is facing a lawsuit over their benefiting from tariffs. So the issue at hand is Sony has passed along the price, the cost of the console going up. They've passed that along to consumers, but now, like many others, they're getting the ability to get that money back from the U.S. government. They're allowed to sue to get it back. Problem is, though, they're not going to pass that back to customers or anything. They're going to keep that money. And the problem with that is like the consumer has paid the money. The consumer has also seen the tax revenue get lost on the US. So like all in all, it just funneled all of this money out of the US citizens and into the pockets of it put it into the pockets of those in power, which sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, basically Sony is double dipping. Like they reap the rewards of you paying as a consumer for the cost of the tariffs to go up, and then they got a reimbursement for the tariffs going up. So they got the money twice for the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not okay. Like, obviously, this is the second lawsuit that we're following because Nintendo was the first one that we covered a few weeks back, and now PlayStation is next up. And I'm pretty sure more to follow, honestly,
Yeah.
because it's definitely not fair. They got to do something and fix this.
Yeah, and I think we're in a weird position where it may not get fixed overnight and it's going to take a while and we may even just lose in the end and not get anything.
Yep. Unfortunately, that's the way things are going.
Mhm.
All right, man. So Sony was obviously busy with a lawsuit, and so was Xbox or Microsoft for a change. This one, they agreed to a $250 million settlement over its acquisition of Activision Blizzard. I was like, what was this really about? But it says the money will compensate the Activision shareholders affected by the deal. So I guess that they didn't really get their proper amount of money when the buyout happened. This says the shareholders landed this here. I'm trying to read, to skim through the article and whatnot. I'm trying to truly understand what really happened. This settlement was reached in a Delaware Chancery Court. This has actually been ongoing for 3 years, and to be honest, it wasn't really that big in the news at all. Like, I don't really remember seeing too much about it. But then when I saw it, I'm like, damn, they actually came through with a settlement. Um, well, yeah, Roger, what's your
It's
thoughts on this whole
it's
lawsuit?
super disappointing, honestly. I'm a little disappointed in the whole situation because it's just the richer getting richer, and like at the end of the day, like they're just like, oh, we don't get the money, that all of this money from this buyout, and I'm like, I didn't like the idea of the buyout to begin with, and now we're like, oh, look, they end up with more money from this whole situation. Like, so be it. Like, I get it that these people aren't getting their money, but like we're talking tons of money here.
Yeah, it's just it is absolutely insane. So just like a quick breakdown, it says that this was tied to the $75.4 billion acquisition. This is the lawsuit from Activision shareholders led by the Swedish pension fund AP7, who claimed former Bobby Kotick, our CEO Bobby Kotick, rushed the sale while the company's stock price was depressed due to workplace misconduct scandal. So basically, like, the idea behind it is like their shares were dipping so low because of dealing with his bullshit with the misconduct of, like,
Mhm.
corporate misconduct, basically. And then they're like, hey, we lost out on this money because you're trying to rush this deal through instead of letting our shares recover. Then we could have got paid way more. And I'm just like, oh, makes
Yeah,
fucking sense.
it's exactly what happened. Yeah.
Shout out to Chat GPT, by the way. I was like, please summarize this article for me. But I'm like, yeah, like putting it in layman's term like that, I'm just like, oh shit. Like, yeah.
Mhm.
Like, because like,
Yeah,
how many weeks did we cover the bad toxicity of Activision Blizzard before the buyout, and then, yeah, obviously, like, we never put two and two together
mhm.
of, like, the toxicity and then, like, them being bought out and, like, what it really had to affect on the shareholders. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's one of those things where people will get bad publicity to ruin the price of a share so that they're able to sell it at a better deal, and then sometimes these people will then also be a part of buying those shares so that they can profit on its actual not correct valuation, because the stock is being evaluated at a poor price point because they think that they're going to be prone to lawsuits because of all these people with the workplace misconduct. So the stock drops because I don't want to buy stock in a company that's going to lose a bunch of money to lawsuits. And then in the end of it, it's, it actually gets its true evaluation because it's a video game company. Like, there's so much good IP in it that, like, they're gonna make a ton of money. Like, it's just it's a money printer, man, dude. It literally owns Call of Duty and World of Warcraft, some
Yep.
of the biggest games in gaming, next to Fortnite. Like, Fortnite is the only thing that holds a candle to the two of them. And yeah, it's 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 one of
Okay.
those
You're
things.
I'm not sure if you can hear me, but you're cutting in and out right now. You're like
I'm not sure. 'Cause I stuff. issues. Let me check.
Bear with us here, guys, as we deal with some technical difficulties.
Can't see anything. Don't try to figure out if you want to keep going.
The lizard people are coming after him. Exactly.
All right, how am I sounding?
Still in and out. I'm wondering if it's me.
No offense. I'm hearing you perfectly fine, but the other way around, you're not hearing me.
Yeah, like speed test is not even loading.
My man got that part.
This is weird. I usually never have any internet problems. You there? Are we good?
Mm-hmm. I'm
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, your video and audio is much better now. I'm not sure exactly what happened. Yeah, my download's like 851.
There you go. I think you were hitting latency issues there and just like dropping stuff.
Yeah.
Not your fault, just the way it works.
Yeah, hopefully we're still live. Are we still live?
Yeah, it looks like we are.
Yeah. Cool. All right, yeah, but yeah, back to that. Yeah, they heard us talking shit. For sure. But yeah, it just sucks. But also, like, just another like point is just like, so the rich people that were already making billions of dollars from this deal is about to get paid even more money.
Yeah, they're like, oh, woe is us. We didn't make a few million extra dollars. People who don't lift a finger to do any work ever.
Exactly.
It's the people in the class of Americans and entrepreneurs that all their money doesn't come from actual labor. The same people who are also in charge of the sexual harassment stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, like who knew sexually harassing somebody would make you money somehow?
Yeah, somehow, some way, or allow you to be president. But I digress.
Yeah, right.
Last industry topic of the week is in related to Embracer Group. They are actually splitting off into two public companies, with a new spin-off, Fellowship Entertainment, taking over its biggest gaming IPs, including Tomb Raider, Metro, and Kingdom Come Deliverance. So that's really fucking cool. Um,
Interesting.
and definitely much more. It says the Fellowship Entertainment is planning to be established in 2027 and will be the IP-led entertainment company built around the development, publishing, and licensing of games with a single centralized business plan. The new company will take ownership of the Lord of the Rings IP, gaming franchises such as Tomb Raider, Darksiders, Dead Island, Kingdom Come Deliverance, Metro, and Revenant. They actually own a lot of fucking shit.
Hmm.
Studios joining the new company will include 4A Games, Crystal Dynamics, Dam Buster Studio, Dark Horse Media, Eidos Montreal, Fish Labs, Flying Wild Hog Studios, Gunfire Games, Middle Earth Enterprises, Red Octane Games, and Warhorse Studios. That's a
My
lot.
man should just put like a list next time, just
Yeah,
on the
man.
side, real quick. It's just like the credits for a movie plays instead.
Just let's do the Star Wars like credits at the beginning of the movie. But it says companies remaining with Embracer, like the Embracer
Mhm.
part specifically, include Aspire, Beamdog, Crazy Labs, Deca, Demiurge, DPI, Merchandising, Limited Run Games, which I actually didn't know they owned them. That's interesting. Milestone, Play On Partners, Play On Pictures, THQ Nordic, including their 35 studios and subsidiaries, Tripwire, and Vertigo Games. Like, Embracer is huge.
Oh yeah, all these studios are. That's the problem. Like they're so big that like and they have to come up with hundreds of ideas. And so at some point, idea drought is a real problem. Like, look, Kiln, for example, it was cool. It was interesting. Like, that's a game that a big company came up with a new, fun, unique idea that hasn't been done before. And it's honestly that boring. Like these studios are too big. They have too many things going on. And so like at some point, the developers just can't keep up with the demand for ideas.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and real quick, the chat. Yeah, Eternity. Thief was actually a low key, like one of those like low key hidden gems of a game.
Hmm.
But with this news, we actually got the announcement that there's a new Deliverance come on the way, and or Kingdom Come Deliverance come, whatever the fuck it's called. Um, Another one on the way, and also a new Lord of the Rings game is on the way as well. So, and we could see Darksiders revived because they just like remade or like remastered the first game, which I never played any of them, but I heard a lot of good things behind them. That was during that
Yeah, they
360
weren't
time
bad.
frame that I just completely missed out on. But yeah, Thief was really like close to Arcane's game. I'm drawing a blank
Hmm.
on it. Um, what's their Thief game in that? I know he'll tell me right here in chat. I'm drawing a blank. I don't know why. Cause there's like two of them. Arcane Studios. I cannot think of the fucking game. Oh,
Yeah,
Dishonored.
I
Dishonored. Yeah.
Dishonored. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, it's very similar to that one. But yeah, man. Any last thoughts or closing remarks on the industry news before we move on to the gaming news?
Nope.
All right, man. Let's go ahead and check that out. All right, man. Kicking it off here with Xbox. We actually don't have a ton of Xbox news this week, which is surprising. There was a bunch of news like a couple weeks ago, but kind of just moved on from it. But this one not 100% confirmed per se, just because of like, um, I mean, this is coming from Windows Central, so there's still some validity behind it. But it says EA was against Game Pass Family Plan. It was reportedly canceled, and that's the reason why we end up never getting the Xbox Family Plan that we so desired to have, because EA said no.
EA can eat shit. Like fuck EA. Their games suck.
Yeah, yeah, they definitely do struggle. That's for sure.
They're fucking garbage
Other than
lately.
Star Wars.
And even then, they're just like hit and miss, hit and miss, hit and miss.
Yeah.
Like on drop, most of them are hot garbage for a while.
Yeah.
Like uh, even the new when they had released the sequel to the one where you're the Jedi.
Oh yeah. Jedi Fallen
Yeah,
Order and then Jedi
yeah.
Survivor.
Like even that they were like on flop. They're like, we didn't really test this game,
Yeah, I guess on
and
the
you're like,
PC. I'm like,
really?
like I'm over here having a ball on the Xbox, and PC is like,
Yeah.
we can't even play it.
Yeah, and it just goes to show that like the companies lately are just ignoring their largest markets,
Mm.
like the most profitable market, which hits the most amount of people. So,
All right, man. So other news here is that they recently launched the new Xbox Game Studio shop. So this is like where you can buy like all the different merch and whatnot. They like rebranded everything, put out some new stuff. I'm not gonna lie, like some of the Halo stuff looks really cool. The Forza Horizon 6 merch looks really cool. I think they had a new enamel pin on there that I was like, maybe I buy that. Um,
thunk. Hmm.
it's like, whoa, I like it a lot. But yeah, they have a bunch of merch for like Halo, Gears. I really like the mouse pad that they got, the oversized mouse pad for Halo. That looks
Hmm.
really cool. Some phone cases. And actually, trying to see what else. What was the pin that I was looking at? Uh, yeah, a bunch of shirts, cups. Oh yeah, it was the Avowed Loadwind charge pin. It looks really fucking cool. I'm not sure if you saw it or not. I'll throw it up here on screen if anybody's interested. I don't really do free advertisements for Microsoft, but I'm very curious on
You don't do free advertisements from Microsoft. Get the fuck out of here.
But yeah, I mean, this pin looks really cool. I could add it to my Xbox collection that I have right next to my monitors. But yeah, man, it was pretty cool with them relaunching that with the new rebrand because Xbox they rebranded the word Xbox like it's all capital letters now. There's no lowercase.
Hmm.
So like, all right, cool.
Cool, I guess.
It's like reminiscent of like the OG Xbox, like that's how it was. Xbox was spelled
Yeah.
all capital, so that's what they're really trying to get back to.
Hmm.
Um, but moving on here to their hardware, they are launching a new improved Xbox adaptive thumbstick toppers designed to minimize accidental removal during high force usage. The revamped toppers will be made available as 3D printable through Xbox Design Labs on May 21st, so a couple of days ago. Um, and this was pretty cool. I'm gonna get this up here on a screen. This guy actually just put together like a little scrolling thing of it,
Hmm.
like a little scrub. But you can practically like 3D print pretty much any of the toppers that you may need, size, width, height, shapes, anything. And it's pretty cool, man, just to see the further advancement for the accessibility options.
Hmm.
All right. Let's see here. So, also for Xbox, software wise, this one's pretty interesting. I kind of like this in a sense. For starting today, which was the other day on the 22nd, um, your playtime will be displayed in total hours instead of days. And this was one of the things that were because they recently launched this like community voice page or whatever, where you get to like recommend things that you want to see changed or done at Xbox. And this is one of the things that was on the list. And it says, yeah, it took them like 3 days to implement this new suggestion from the community. So I was like, oh shit, they're actually.
days.
I was
Yeah.
like, they're actually doing stuff. Like I've never seen Xbox this like reactive and wanting to update and change things as small as like your playtime. So instead
Hmm.
of saying like 24 days, it'll say like whatever 24 times 24 is um hours. And I'm just like, oh, okay. I mean, like it gets more in line with like how Steam does it. Like Steam puts everything in how many hours have you played the game because like it's easily more easy to understand as opposed to telling me how
Yeah.
many days I played.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be bad. I'm gonna look at my playtime and be real ashamed.
All right, man. So let's go ahead and move on to the competitor here with PlayStation, man. What's happening over there?
All right. So first of all, we got the state of play announcement. It's June 2nd at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll try to cover this show live as long as life goes the way we hope it does,
Right.
and we have no issues. But next up, we have an announcement, like a statement. I don't know if it was really like meant to be like, oh, we're telling everyone this. It's just sort of a question was asked of the CEO of Sony, and he told staff in the town hall that the company's narrative single player games will be exclusive to the PlayStation consoles. They're looking to make sure that they don't end up on PC right away, which is really disappointing to hear, because it's a whole market that they're just like, what if we didn't?
Yeah.
Like, what if we just nah?
I guess it just comes down to like their numbers, like because over the last few
Mhm.
years that they did put games onto PC, like their single player games, they barely made any money off of them. They haven't really sold well, but it's also because like they haven't really released any games like day and date. They always like, hey, here's
Yeah,
Spider Man. We knew it came out 5 years ago, but now it's on PC, and they're just
enjoy it a year later.
like no, the hype is already
Cool.
done left. But obviously,
Yeah.
like we've seen a success like multi-launch, like with Helldivers and Marathon and stuff like that. Like those multiplayer games that are across on all platforms, pretty much. Those are the ones that do
Hmm.
really well. But you're
Yeah.
also releasing those day and date, so like, why not try
Yeah.
releasing one of your single player games day
It's
and date on the play PC as well?
if you don't release the game at the same time, people find out how the game works. They get spoiled on the story, and there's no reason to buy it. Story games are meant to be played like a story. If it's ruined, you're not gonna want to play it anymore, really, because if you know the ending, then what's the point? You're supposed to
Exactly.
experience the story, and if you know yeah, it's just simple as that.
All right, tell us the sad news.
Bungie has announced the end of content updates for Destiny 2 for the live service game nearly 9 years after launch. Destiny 2 is done. What are we gonna see out of Bungie next? Are they all in on Marathon? Is that the future? Does Marathon actually even survive? Like,
Yep, that's the biggest question. Apparently, they're going all in on Marathon to right now. They
mhm.
they said that there is no Destiny 3 even in pre-production right now, which is sad to hear. But apparently has something to do with the budget because like how big the budget would need to be in PlayStation's like, nah, we can't do that again. But it's just like
Yikes.
it really sucks, man. Like, how does Bungie just get folded the way it has been like this? It's bonkers to me. Like,
Yeah, it's kind of it was to be expected.
mhm,
I I think we saw this game having its silent death. It quietly went quietly into the night kind of thing.
yeah. The it says the final release is supposed to be on June 9th. Yep. But it says
So,
it will remain playable despite the active development ending.
all right, you ready for the best news yet?
Oh yeah. Sign me up.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, here we go. PlayStation, with their not as good catalog, decided that they are going to increase the price of their catalog for PS Plus. It will start at $10.99 USD and will go to $27.99 for the highest tier for the 3 month subscription. Like,
It's
yikers, dude. That's a 10% increase on price.
yep, yep. It's been
Yep, yep,
fucking
yep, yep.
brutal. Like, and
Yeah,
it's
and they're
really
like,
hard to
it's
even say.
market conditions. And the problem is, it's what market conditions? The games already exist.
Right. In market conditions, like what a terrible time to even announce this. Like after Microsoft just announced that they are lowering their price on Game
Yeah,
Pass. PlayStation like,
exactly.
we have an idea.
Oh my God,
We're gonna
yes.
raise our prices. When like, and the thing is, like, I pay for PlayStation Plus Premium, whatever the highest tier is, and I'm like,
Why?
maybe I unsubscribe now. Like I
You
don't.
you definitely should have a long time ago.
Yeah, save me because now I was spending like I think it was like 1907 after tax. Now it's gonna be like 24 or some shit after tax, and I'm like, yeah, $25 going away every month for what? Because I don't really play it that much.
Yep.
I claim my free games every month. That's about it.
Yeah, I just don't pay for it. It's just not worth it. I never get on the console.
Yeah.
But let's keep moving forward here. And so, you ever play Lords of the Fallen?
Nope.
All right, well, you might never at this point because the sequel has now lost their publishing agreement. CI Games has announced their ending publishing agreement with Epic Games for Lords of the Fallen 2. So, wonder what's going to happen next.
Yeah, that's just weird. Because
Are they
Lords of
self-publishing?
Fallen 2. Um, because it says the roadmap says that it's supposed to release in August of 2026, but is it?
Yeah, like, are they self-publishing now? Do they have the money to self-publish? Or are they deciding they're done?
Yeah.
So, keep that in the back of your mind. If you liked Lords of the Fallen, maybe you won't get to see it
Oh
soon.
yeah. It
Like,
says yeah, they will self-publish the game now.
okay, there we go. And so
Oh,
next up
okay.
here,
So yeah, this actually helps them out in the long run because apparently
okay.
Epic wanted to make it an Epic Game Store exclusive at launch,
Oh, there we go.
and I'm pretty sure they were like, "Why would we do that? Nobody uses Epic Game Launcher. Why not put it on Steam?"
Nobody likes your launcher, and our game isn't like their game's not going to make a splash. No offense to their game, but like it's just
Especially when it's about to drop around GTA
yeah,
6. Like it's just good luck, buddy.
yeah, it's yeah. So like leaving it on just the Epic Games launcher is just it's an easy way to take the biggest L you can.
Right. Oh, yeah. Did you ever play any Lords of the Fallen, like the original or like the remake or redone of the first game?
I believe I played Lords of the Fallen. It has been a while now. I have to like look at gameplay to remember because I've played so many of these
It had like an
medieval
interest.
fantasy RPG.
I want to say you did because like this was the one where like you could switch realms, like between like the when you're alive versus the dead
Yes,
realm
yes,
or
yes,
something like
yes.
that.
Jordan and I played this one. That's right. This is the one we played together. This was the first Dark Souls game Jordan ever played, and we beat it. We actually beat it together, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Like there was boss fights where I actually died and Jordan won.
No,
He
damn.
like won the boss fight for us, and she's not a Dark Souls player. It was a super fun time now that I remember. Like holy crap, I'm sitting here going, I don't remember this game.
Oh, now I
Look at the
remember.
pictures. Oh, I remember this game.
Right,
This was fun actually. It was bad. Like it wasn't like amazing, but it wasn't like actually dumpsters.
right,
So I'm excited to see the second one. Like it's a game I would play, and who knows, maybe it ends up on Game Pass because the
right.
first one did.
Yeah, sure did. Yep, yep, yep.
So I'd be excited to play that on Game Pass, honestly.
Hell yeah, man. All right, man. Let's talk about the next topic here. So this was an indie game called Karen. This is like one of those like climbing games, more or less. I mean, there's not much to it, but this
Hmm.
is a really cool concept. It says the indie game is going to let players create T-shirts of their runs and how long it took for them to climb to the peak. I'm gonna get the the not trailer, but the image up on the screen. So this is like the game cover of the game, but this is the
Hmm.
T-shirt, and like it can show like which part of the mountain that you actually climbed in the green, and then like, it tells you how many days and hours and falls and deaths or whatever it took you to climb the mountain. I'm like, yeah, it's fucking dope.
Yeah.
Like it's a one of
So
one
this is
shirt
actually
basically.
So this is actually a concept isn't like unique to them. So I want to give them a shout out for seeing like this is something that game designers need to do better is to
Hmm.
see something and like accept that it's okay to take an idea. Like it is literally okay to do this
Right.
because what actually happened is this is something that the Jackbox Games does a lot. Like I'm not joking, like a
Hmm.
ton of their games when you're done, like I have a t-shirt upstairs that Jordan got made for me after she played Jackbox and she was like, I think it's cute and it was super funny, so I bought you this t-shirt. I like never wear it, but it was something she drew in Jackbox. I was like, this is awesome. It's just so sweet. Like it was a sweet sentiment, but like it's just interesting to see these company go, well, why don't we do this? Like this is a great idea.
Yeah, that's a phenomenal concept there.
Mhm.
Would it be too much if Call of Duty did that? Right, the front of the shirt is like the firing range like outline of a person, and it shows like where you hit, and it shows like how accurate you are on the front, and then like on the back of your shirt is your KD.
I think it would be a little I think it would be a problem. Yeah, I'm gonna say no to that one, coach. I'm gonna give that one a big NO.
Oh yeah,
Nah, I don't
worth
think
a
you should
try.
do that, sir. Like that's gonna get you in trouble.
Oh no, disc. All right, man. Let's go ahead and move on here to a Call of Duty killer game. 1047 Games, the developer behind Splitgate, has announced a new game, and they're making a game that's supposed to be inspired by Titanfall, since Titanfall doesn't want to make their own game. And this one's called Impulse. This is an upcoming fast-paced 6v6 movement shooter. You can wall run, grapple, hollow jump, pilot mechs, and paint, which is P. It has like periods in between each letter. Your way through freeholds, vertical streets, outmove your opponent to get outgunned. I don't know if there's a trailer yet for this. Let me see.
Honestly,
No.
this is where we're getting at. Like, if somebody doesn't want to, like, that's one of the issues that I have with people like Nintendo, for example. They make it so that you can't like they don't want people stealing their ideas. So they're like, oh, we got to make sure that nobody else can do it. The problem is though, like then they lock down like the ability for the industry to innovate. So like for example, Titanfall. The fact that they just don't want to make another Titanfall is obscene to me. Like it printed money and they were like, what if we didn't? Like I
Exactly.
think let's just not.
Titanfall 2 is arguably the greatest FPS shooter campaign of all time.
Mhm.
And the multiplayer was a lot of fun too. First game, a lot to be desired. It didn't have a story mode per se. Like the story mode was the multiplayer matches, which was a really weird concept. But multiplayer, set the groundwork for two. But then they had their spin-off game like Apex Legends. Still a super successful game, but like, why give up on Titanfall?
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like I get that they're like, oh, but it's too many resources. Like the problem is like just hire a bunch of developers. If you make money, you just make money. It's crazy to me. Like even if the returns aren't obscene, people are going to play your games. It's not like people are going to be like, yeah, fuck that Apex Legends game, man. I'm not going to play it because Titanfall's cooler. Like you're not going to drive out that much of your own business. If anything, you may even be able to make your own business better. That's the crazy part. Imagine just like having two games and you're like, we're going to do a crossover between our own games. And if you do something in this game, you get stuff in that game. And if you do stuff in that game, you get stuff in this game. And then people are going to play both of your games.
Yep. You know the problem with Titanfall 2, right? I'm not sure if you remember the time frame, but Titanfall 2, they did
Yeah.
for some reason, EA decided to release Titanfall 2 in between Call of Duty, which I forget which one it was at the time, and Battlefield 1 or 5 at the time. So
Yep.
you put two of your big time shooters up against each other at the same time, which is
Yep.
mind boggling. But you sandwiched it in between Call of Duty the Juggernaut and Battlefield the Second Juggernaut. Of course, that game was fucking irrelevant at the time.
It was DOA, and it's crazy to me because they like in business classes they tell you market research. You just need to do market research and you'll know everything. Problem is they're like, what if we don't do market research?
Yeah,
like
trying to see here.
What?
And the Call of Duty that released that year was Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, one of the godforsaken Call of Duties, and it still just made Titanfall
It better
not exist.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Uh-huh. Yeah, it's one of those things where just people don't want to like do they expect like, oh, we can just print money. That's like these games are just going to print money. Everyone's going to stop playing everything else and only play our game. No, they're not. It's all about timing with the gaming industry. Like the only way to capture gamers like that is you have to really truly build a game that like nobody else is doing. Like it has to be a unique, interesting game. Like you're not, your target audience isn't the target audience that like you think you're gonna get if you're trying to do that.
Yep.
Like the only way to really make a splash, like a game that will compete with GTA the day GTA releases, is not a AAA game. It's going to be an indie game, and it's going to be an indie game that has unique, really thought-provoking features, because like all I'm going to say is like electric nipple clamps from like GTA isn't going to be able to compete with like the story from GTA will not compete. Like remember GTA 5, like one of their high parts of the story is you take literal car battery to some dude's nipples. Like that was a part of the game. Like yeah, not really a thought-provoking story, let's be honest here. Like
yeah.
And that's not what we're doing lately. These games that these AAA studios are playing are games with high replayability so that they can cash shop you. And like we're just in a moment where people aren't developing games for appeal. They're trying to build money printing machines.
Right. The love for game creation is not there right now.
It's because everyone right now developing stuff is developing for a very specific, they need to hit ROIs that like insane investment accounts hit, and the problem is like that's just not how the real world works 9 times out of 10. And so they're like, well, this was a failure. And I'm like, I'm over here like 4% is a failure.
Right. That sounds like a win to
What?
me.
Like 4% ROI is great. You keep people stay in their jobs. Like you could literally build an entire studio that will pay for itself and then stand up another studio that will pay for itself. And it's not like you have to min max each studio. Like numbers is a thing. Like just having raw numbers is good.
Right. And unlike
And
some companies that, because they put like crazy statistics, they're like, you need to have a 30% ROI, and you're like, don't think
then,
that
what?
that's not even going to be obtainable. All right, we'll try. Oh no, we
Nah,
failed.
man.
Imagine.
Yeah. Imagine.
Oh man. All right, man. Let's round out the news
Rant's
of the
over
week,
for
man.
now.
Yeah, we can go all day, honestly. Like it is a really tough like subject right now. It's like game development is stuck in this really weird time. Like it's not even about
Mhm.
game development anymore. It's how do we please the shareholders? And that's
Yeah.
why year after
And
year, the best game of the year is typically like a smaller indie game.
yep, it's when we don't have to like suckle the teat of shareholders, we can actually make something good, something people want to play. That's the problem is like games coming out nowadays, people don't want to play. Like it's just not there.
Yep.
You're not it, coach.
All right, man. Let's round out the this week's news with the coverage of the Warhammer Skulls 2026 event.
Okay, so this was the big thing this week, and I think it's why we also didn't hear much from Xbox this week because there's just there's no reason to compete with one of the biggest summer news drops because like let's be honest, the Warhammer franchise is it right now. It is everything and everywhere. People are all over this. So let's start first off with Warhammer 40,000 Dawn of War 4. We got an official release date of September 17th, 2026. We also talked about the game's first 9 or so months will have post-launch DLC. They will have crusade mode, mission editors, commanders, last stand mode, 2 paid DLCs for extra stories and extra playable races, in addition to the 4 launch factions of Space Marines, Orcs, Necrons, and Adeptus Mechanicus. So like big news out of that. Then we saw another thing, the announcement of Chaos Gate Death Watch, a Warhammer 40K game about the Death Watch, which is the company that Titus ends up a part of during the Space Marine, between Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine and Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2. That is the company that Captain Titus ends up a part of. And so we get to see the specialist faction. So the Death Watch are like the best of the best, or like the people they want to throw into death missions, like, you know, highly lethal missions. So they send these skilled professionals from all different Space Marine chapters to do one sort of mission. So this is going to be one of those XCOM style games.
Yeah, I was going to ask
But
you. I see that it's turn based, so like,
yep.
what kind of like play style it would be similar to?
Yeah, so it's going to be like an XCOM style game here is what I'm seeing. Your factions you're going to be fighting are Hive Cult, which are the Gene Stealers of the Tyranids, the Snakebite Clan, which is an orc list, and the Verla Sept, which is Tau, and then you'll be fighting Astra Militarum, Cult of the Endless Dawn, and Demons of Zeech from the Chaos factions, which is actually really cool. We're going to have a quite diverse array of people, and on your team you'll be able to play as Deathwatch, the Inquisition, and the Astra Militarum, which is awesome. So this looks like a really fun and interesting game with with after we saw the other announcement I'll talk about here today, which was the release of another Warhammer XCOM style game that's not doing so well. This is going to be another game like that, but I believe it's going to be similar to it's going to be a free movement. I don't know if it's going to be grid based or if it's, because I couldn't tell
Right.
and I
Yeah.
wasn't watching closely enough if it was grid or free movement focused, which is you were gonna say?
No, no. I was watching the trailer. Yeah, I couldn't tell either.
Yeah. So it definitely looks really cool. Next up, we have after Chaos Gate, we have Age of Sigmar Deathmaster. So you're playing as a Skaven. in the Age of Sigmar, the new fantasy setting of Warhammer 40,000. You're playing as a Skaven, I believe, escaping a Skaven prison, and so the whole game is a side-scrolling assassination game where you play as a Skaven that's murdering other Skaven to get out. You're an assassin, a Skaven assassin. I apologize. So looks really interesting. Very violent, very gory. So I'm excited to see that. The big announcement here
I'm
is
actually looking forward to
Warhammer.
that one, low key.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
been
No,
big into the
honestly,
side-scrolling games. Like they've been pretty fun
yeah.
lately.
This one looks really good. I'm just hoping I'm hoping the gameplay is good because the aesthetic is really. I don't like the color aesthetic for it because I'm really big into that dark sort of detail, but like this one is very washed out. It felt at times like
Mm-hmm.
it didn't feel as clean as some of the other Warhammer games.
Yeah.
Next up, big announcement here is we saw some more like an official Armageddon teaser trailer for Total War Warhammer 40,000. So the teaser also has Commander Yarrick, which is the big character right now in the 40K tabletop releases. So we saw a teaser featuring him and scenes from the Armageddon's eternally war-torn battlefields. So it's the in Total War Warhammer 3, there's a big war mode where every faction that's ever been made and all the side factions play all at once. So like there's 130 or so different factions actively playing in the game. This is what we're looking at with Total War Warhammer 40,000 is just like a big map with all the factions that they're going to put in from start. Like I don't believe there's going to be Tyranids. I think our factions are only like Space Marine, Orcs, I think Eldari and another one or two.
Mm-hmm.
So like it looks interesting. I'm really excited to see where we go with Warhammer 40,000 Total War, but just another trailer is what we want. We need to keep it fresh because this game is going to hit and it could flop if it plays poorly. Next up, your game, Vic, here. Helldivers is getting an official Warhammer 40,000 crossover, which is really awesome. I'm really excited. We don't know what's going to be in the War Bond yet, but it's going to be like our Halo War Bond. It's going to be a legendary one, so it's going to have a lot of cool features. Which is weird though. We've already had like the let me copy your homework but change the name sort of war bond on Helldivers, where they had that sort of World War One sort of like Astra Militarum style aesthetic. But now instead of like stealing their homework, they're like, yo man, what if I just actually do this group project with you instead? So like we're gonna see some really cool stuff. It honestly, even I'm sitting here going, maybe I go back to Helldivers for a few weeks and play when this comes out. Buy myself the War Bond or earn enough credits before the War Bond comes out, get it and play it. Like it looks good.
Yeah, there should be a bunch of new updates coming to Helldivers as well soon. So
yeah, we just saw
hop
this
back in.
morning, I think, there was an announcement for the next big campaign arc.
Yep. Looking forward to it. Maybe that's when we get back in and it might line right up with the
Yeah, maybe we go back to playing like shoot 'em up Tuesdays or something, and or Mondays we'll play. Like we can play Monday or Tuesday nights and just play a few hours of Helldivers. See who all wants to join us. We jump into a giant big lobby and we just queue up with whoever.
Yep.
Next up here we've got Darktide. We finally saw the Skitarii class teased, which is the Adeptus Mechanicus like elite trooper unit. This is a DLC that's going to hit the game on June 23rd for $12. You'll get a whole new class with a whole new things to play. Honestly, Darktide's a game I would go back to if I had some people who wanted to play through it, and not just like the story, but just like regularly play it once a week or something. I'd be down for that. We also saw more for Space Marine 2, and it's free. That's the crazy part of this whole thing. Like, Space Marine 2 is a success story. This is what a live service game should look like. Hey, we got more content, more reasons to play. Here's some cosmetics you can buy. But all of this story, like we're gonna be fighting a hive tyrant in this new mode. Like, what? That's crazy, dude. Or a chaos beast, like I think it's a Mutalith chaos beast. Like this is awesome, dude. Like the shit they're adding to this game is amazing every time.
No, this is a game I actually, not gonna lie, would love to hop back into because there's so much content
I
that was added to the game that we have not even touched. Like
Yeah, I want to play all of the missions.
we never even finished those extra missions that or whatever, I forget what
Yeah.
they were called, like the side missions or whatever.
hmm Yeah, I'd jump back in. Maybe Spooky will play with us sometime because he's big into this, looking for people to play. So,
Oh yeah.
it definitely one of those games to go back to, play for like 2 or 3 weeks, get all the stuff we missed.
Mhm.
But continuing on, we had so much Warhammer announcement. Like there used to be very few Warhammer games. Like it would be here or there, you'd see one. But now we're getting like 5 or 6 a year. It is crazy. Or updates to the games that are going. Like Warhammer's like, it's not just a tabletop anymore. It's for you. It's for me. It's for everyone. It's not just like that niche hobbyist now. And like as I was talking about earlier, the XCOM style clone Warhammer Mechanicus #2 had released day and date with it wasn't shadow dropped. This had a release date for quite some time now, but like it was, hey, we're done with the show. Mechanicus 2 is available. Go play. Like we knew it was going to be available, and they were like, but for those who weren't following closely, were like, wait, holy shit, it's ready. Let's play. So Mechanicus 2 dropped, but I'm sad to say it looks like it is getting it's not getting review bombed. It's just getting bad reviews because Mechanicus 2 had taken a lot of like the story features that people were hoping for, like the vibrancy of the first game. They kind of removed. They said there's a lot of railroading in the Necron campaign. Like the game isn't just about playing the AdMech this time. It's also about playing the both sides of the story, because like AdMech aren't the good guys, and neither are like the Necrons the bad guys. Everyone is just always fighting. Like it's just war. Everything is war, and everyone's looking out for their own factions. And so like people are upset that you can't really customize your characters. The game feels a little wonky at times. So it's one of those things where I'm like thinking maybe I might grab it before the sale ends, and I'll let you guys know as soon as I pick it up. Is it worth it?
Yeah, and this one's obviously like the grid based turn.
This is your grid-based XCOM.
Yeah, I feel like this one is the grid. I don't think the other one is then because the other one looked way more like fluid,
Mhm.
like so much smoother.
It may be grid-based because they may be taking the same sort of the same underlying. I can't even think of what to call it. Like the underlying engine here, they may be working with the other studio, but it looks good. I'm thinking I might give it a go. It's not mostly negative. It's just mixed. A lot of people are like, it's awesome. It's a great sequel. And other people are like, it removes the part about Warhammer that people love so dearly.
Hmm.
Alrighty. So next up here, we want to talk about the really, in my mind, the capstone of the show, the crescendo. Warhammer 40,000 Dark Heresy got another trailer. This one announcing the launch of the beta, which coincides with the third DLC for the original Rogue Trader game, which is Alcat's first RPG in this setting, which was Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader. This one is not a direct sequel or a sequel at all. It's just a whole new story in the setting of Warhammer 40,000. But the third DLC is Sazerac's Infinite Museum, where he keeps this guy is literally like a Pokemon master. So what he does, he runs around with these little like Pokeballs, and he just finds cool characters in the world, and he's like, throws the ball at him, captures him, then puts him in a museum. Like literally has a zoo. He has like one of the Imperium's like named characters, like Big General, just sitting inside the museum like, cool, this feels great. The guy was like, I choose you, threw a Pokeball, captured him, ran away with him. So it's really cool. So you get to see some of the things they talk about in the Warhammer 40,000 novels. We still don't have a full release date on Dark Heresy. I'm expecting sometime near the end of next year, probably hitting an open beta before anything, but I don't think we have a full date yet. We just have the announcement of an open beta where people, I believe, will be able to buy the full game and play it. I think it says beta contains around 7 hours of playtime and will stay open until the game's release date.
Yeah,
So
that is
when the
crazy.
open
Yeah,
beta drops.
the beta stays open until the game's release date. That's crazy.
So I'm assuming you'll probably buy your copy and you'll be able to play that 7 hours of content. And it may not be the beginning of the game. It may just be a section in the middle of the game. And I'm just excited. This is a game I played Rogue Trader with Disney, and we had a ton of fun.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of Rogue
All right.
Trader, they added that DLC that's coming out too. The Infinite.
Yes, and that's what I was talking about there. Yeah. All right. You play Bolt Gun?
I tried the first one. Yeah, it was actually pretty interesting. I never
Yeah.
continued to play through it. I did want to. I just got caught up with other games.
I got about halfway through it, and if you liked Bolt Gun, I've got news for you. Bolt Gun 2's coming out. So in Bolt Gun 2, you'll be playing an Ultramarine, and a Sister of Battle, which is really cool. So the game will have two playable characters. You'll either play Malum Cato or Naira Vareth. You'll be you'll be flaming it up, my friend, because Sisters of Battle love flamers. So you're just running around with a flamethrower all the time. Looks really cool, honestly. Might even go back to playing Bolt Gun, maybe to finish it. But if you want to, Bolt Gun is coming to mobile this year. Bolt Gun Boom is releasing later this year, and I believe this is a new adaptation of the Bolt Gun game. It is not the original Bolt Gun, but another telling for mobile instead. And then we had, oh my God, there's just so much for this event, and it was awesome. And they're all Warhammer releases. Next up, we've got Warhammer Survivors.
Oh, yeah.
It's coming to mobile and iOS and Android later in 2026. Steam and GOG, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch 1 and 2. And if you want to play, the Steam demo is live today. Have you played the demo yet?
Mm-mm.
I have not either, dude. And I'm
probably
like, I don't want to play it.
Yeah.
If I play the demo, I'm gonna feel sick because I won't be able to play the actual game, and I'm so worried. It's like, this is so good, and I'm just,
how much time did I spend playing Vampire Survivors?
dude, how much time, man? How much fucking time? I'll
And now
play
this
this
is set
game
in
for
a
like,
universe that I'm actually intrigued to play.
yeah, this is, dude, it looks so good. Like, it looks so awesome. So,
Do we have a release date for
Warhammer.
this one yet?
No, I don't believe it. Just says 2026.
Sometime this year.
Someday. So it's definitely something I'm interested in, but let us know what you think of the demo. Let us know in the comments. Let us know next show. It's something I might even play before the next show, and we'll talk about it. So next thing, what I was talking about earlier, Total War Warhammer 3, we saw the release of a new faction, the Bashiva. They're tiger warriors inside of the Chinese style aesthetic called Grand Cathay in the old world of Warhammer 3. So this faction was released for like $6. You can play, has whole new gameplay features, plays completely different than the other factions in the same world. Pretty interesting. I played it myself. Super enjoyable. Definitely give it a shout. It also comes, if you want to get it cheap, you can get it on sale if you own the DLC that shares the same pack as it. If not, you can get both DLCs for Grand Cathay for pretty cheap right now. Lastly, we had two more announcements here. One is another crossover where Rust Console Edition is getting Warhammer 40,000 collaboration, and then PC version of the Rust will get that collaboration later this year. And then lastly, we've got the Ultramarines DLC coming out now for Battle Sector. You may be being able to play along the Crusade 1.0 mode that updated. So if you play, if you've ever played or haven't played Battle Sector, the game right now has an available free-to-play version from May 21st to 28th if you want to give it a go, alongside their new 1.0 release of the Crusade mode. All right, Vic. So a lot of stuff happened, dude.
Yeah, that was a pretty
Big
big
week
ass
for
event.
gaming.
Yeah, that was a really big event just for Warhammer in general. And I feel like that's the one that like is kicking off all of the gaming events over the next few weeks. Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we have a lot to look forward to. With obviously PlayStation State of Play, the Summer Games Fest, the Xbox Showcase, to everything else in between. Like it's just gonna be a lot of fun over the next few weeks, and I'm looking forward to covering it all. But yeah, man, what
Yeah.
out of that Warhammer event though, like what's the one that you're like your top three that you're looking forward to out of those?
Okay, so you're asking an interesting question. Like my top three,
Most
I'm
anticipated.
excited about,
Yeah.
like interested in, or like anticipated. So
Let's
like
go
for me,
anticipated.
so anticipated is definitely going to be like number one, hands down, is definitely going to be the sequel to Rogue Trader here, the Dark Heresy game. I
Hmm.
spent hours. I mean hours playing this with Jordan. It was an amazing game. I loved it. The story was amazing. We did as much of the side content as we could. We damn near 100%ed it. Next up, I think my next big thing is Total War Warhammer 40,000. That is the second most anticipated game for me out of them. And then I'm honestly, Dawn of War 4 is my third most anticipated. I'm just a sucker for it. When I played the original Dawn of War, it was so good, but it's a game that I couldn't like spend hours in because I found it really late and I wasn't a modder. So there's a lot to be said about how it played and stuff like that. So it's those are my top three anticipated. But the thing is, I'm excited for Deathmaster and Chaos Gate, but there's just so little information about them right now. I don't know what the official war bond for Helldivers is going to look like. It may just like, I get it. It may come out. They may announce what's in it. And I may just be like, nah, that's not for me, coach. But like Space Marine 2, I almost want to go back to it. I'm sad to see Mechanicus 2 not doing well in reviews, but like, is it a bad game? I don't know. It might actually be really good. And I'm just like, I'm taking people's opinions for it, but they're not critics that are saying these ratings. These are the players playing the game, the people
Right.
who have a love for it.
Yeah.
And like Warhammer Survivors, I fucking forgot about it for a minute here because of the other games that I announced, but like that's also like in my top three. I Can we have a top four in no order? Like I'm just Survivors, playing Dark Heresy, and just Total War and just Dawn of War. Just there,
Mhm.
oh god, it's so good, dude.
Yeah, I would say I
Warhammer
have a
is
top
like
three
my
as
biggest
well.
thing right now.
I don't play a lot of this stuff, but not gonna lie, like seeing the trailers for Chaos Gate Death Watch, like playing like that turn based adventure game looks
Hmm.
really cool, and then also that Death Master looks really fucking cool, and then
It
Survivors.
looks so good.
Those are like my three that I'd have to say. The other ones
Yeah,
are just
as
not my cup of tea, like strategy and all
exactly.
this other stuff. Like not for me, but yeah, these ones definitely up my alley.
Alrighty. Well, that was the last news article we had today here. So, like, thank you guys for coming out and watching us. Like, this was, it's not our normal show, but it was exciting to have you all join us here for the show today. If you check us out later on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, like, thanks for joining us.
Heck yeah, man. Roger, where can the community find you, man?
Right now, I'm a big Discord guy. If you want me, find me on Discord. You can message me directly. I'm on the Press Start Podcast Discord. Feel free to join us at the Lunacy Arts Gaming if you want to join up and play with us.
Heck yeah, man. Yeah, you could check me out at Twitter at Mr. Never Chillin _. Facebook is Vic Brubacher for any questions, concerns, or if you want to come on the show. I game over on Xbox at X Never Space Chillin or PlayStation at VBrew24. I actually been doing a little bit more streaming on Twitch and TikTok. Surprisingly, I actually been doing a lot on TikTok. A lot of content's going up on TikTok right now, and I'm actually booming, getting like 4 or 5,000 views on certain things. So it's doing really well over there. But Twitch is at twitch.tv/Mr. Never Chillin'. And I believe my TikTok is also just Mr. Never Chillin'. Yeah, at Mr. Never Chillin'. So it's pretty easy on that. So be sure to check me out there because it's where from pack openings to gaming content to hot takes in the sports industry, getting the community riled up with some of those posts. I'm like, oh shit, here we go. But yeah, man, it's just a little bit of content everywhere you can, a little bit of everything for everyone. As we like to say over at Cultured, we got content for everyone. But yeah, man, we do want to thank everyone again, and until next time, peace.
Press Start Podcast.